Why self-love is the best love? Because it is. End of. Thanks for listening to this video, guys. Love you. Hello, my honeys. Hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ria, all about self-love, positivity and mindset. And on this very special video, as you can see with the red rose and the red, we are talking about self-love and why self-love is the best love. First of all, something about red just makes me feel so warm and radiant and full of love. Let me know what the color red does to you. Self-love, it gives you the basis on all of your relationships. The relationship with yourself is so important. It will set precedent for all your other relationships that you have. For example, if you have self-love and you are practicing self-love, it is a daily endeavor. Self-love is in the foundation of everything that you do. It builds upon every decision that you make. If you keep it as the core and as the fundamental, you will hopefully be in a position where you always think, what do I actually want? What do I actually see from this? Is this a decision that I'm going to be happy with? It is a daily practice. It could be the most tiniest thing, having that extra cup of coffee that you know you shouldn't have. Speaking to myself, it will be a case of saying, actually, because I've had X amount of coffees, I know that I'm not going to get a proper good night's sleep. Versus, let me just go have that cup of coffee, and the consequences are the consequences. It's the basis of every decision that you make. You have to align your self-love and your self-image to who you truly want to be. And in that case, it does make it easier to practice self-love, because you ultimately think of the person you want to be, actions that you want to take, and so making decisions going forward would be a lot easier. Another major reason why self-love is important is that if you don't take the time to nurture yourself and really truly love yourself, and this does mean unconditional love, so you're not loving yourself based on what size you are, job you have, truly unconditionally love yourself when looking for a partner or friendships. You are not basing your happiness on them. The importance is how you make yourself feel, and so you aren't searching outside, you're searching within. The more you make that your core, the more the relationships around you will actually be more in line, because you're not searching for validation, you're not searching for love outside of yourself, and in that way as well you can create more nurturing relationships with the people around you. Self-love takes time, and the more time you take in nurturing that relationship with yourself, the more that the standard of your life will naturally increase and it'll be better. You will make decisions based on how you feel,
how you really feel,
and what that will do for your future and things going forward. Practicing self-love will essentially help you get closer to your goals in general. When that happens, you end up perpetuating more self-love, because you're becoming more and more the person that you've always wanted to be. We all have a yearning of wanting to do better. Sometimes as well have a really unhealthy habit of
self-sabotage, self-criticism, negative self-talk.
Practicing self-love doesn't necessarily mean that those things are exempt, or that you will continuously just go through life like la 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 la. But what it does is it really makes you think of your decisions based on how you feel about yourself. Realize that actually, when I think about it, I'm going to come to a different conclusion, or I'm going to make a different decision for myself. Another thing is with the people around you, end up moving towards becoming your best self. Everyone around you will also get that best self version of you. Now, if you think of yourself like this rose, you need to nurture yourself. You need to water it. You need to love it. You realize that the petals are delicate, But then also you realize that there are thorns, and that these thorns are there to protect yourself. So because you have these thorns to protect yourself, it doesn't take away from the beauty and the delicateness of this beautiful rose, and it doesn't make the rose any less red, any less velvety and silky smooth. You just realize you take the rose in its entirety, and that is you. You have different elements to yourself. You have parts that are delicate, you have parts that might be a little bit prickly, you have parts that maybe people don't understand. You grow in ways that are very unique to you. You have parts of yourself that are not the same color, potentially. You have parts of yourself that don't complement each other, potentially. So when you look at the rose, you take it in its entirety, but we don't look at ourselves like that, and that is so sad. And when I was starting my self-love journey, I kind of just looked at the bits that I was like, no, like, you know, maybe the irregularity of the stalk, for example, and I was like, no. But then once you focus on its entirety, the whole rose wouldn't be a rose without the prickly bits, without, you know, the fact that it's not growing in a straight line. Like, who grows in a straight line? You know, who? Tell me, I'm asking you. So shout out to my rose. I'm gonna call her Rosieana. She didn't ask to be in this video, but she has now volunteered. So also as well with plants, I love making analogies to plants, because plants have a way of growing differently depending on how you nurture them. So if you imagine that as your self-talk and you're a plant, stuff around you and your environment, when a plant is not growing, we never look at the plant and say, oh, this is not going to grow into a rose. Like I bought a rose seed, it's not going to grow into a rose. What we do is we look at its environment, we water it, we maybe change the soil, we look at everything around it. We never think it's the rose's fault or the plant's fault. But as human beings, I love to use this analogy, we always look at ourselves as the fault. We don't look at our environment, we don't look at the fact that we might be associating ourselves with people that are quite negative in their thought process, or maybe quite limiting in their beliefs, that you've decided to go forward for a venture or decided to do something that you ordinarily don't do, and then having a say about it, when clearly this is your life. And if you decide to change your habits and better yourself, good for you. And sometimes it can be really hard because you may be moving away from even loved ones. Naturally though, because you put yourself down and you're in that environment, and you've maybe picked up some of the negative habits, when you decide to change your life and want to do better and practice great things that will better you, they might look down on you and think, well, you know, why would you bother doing that? Sometimes just changing the environment is so important, and just remembering self-love is the best love, and you need to put yourself first. And if you're looking for a sign, this is a sign to put yourself first. Okay, you can pause this and say, from now on, I'm going to put myself first. I'm going to love myself, I'm going to nurture myself, I'm going to think of myself as a rose and make myself grow. Yeah. You learn to prioritize yourself and listen to yourself and listen to your needs. We all have such different needs as humans, and when you realize and you put self-love at the forefront, it is actually very hard to navigate in the world how self-love fits into everything. Naturally, we are taught to society standards or what you should be doing, whether it's what you should be doing for your age, what you should be doing, your culture, what you should be doing. More of the times when we grow up, we're not actually taught to think for ourselves, but to think for others. This is something that I've had to and continuously learn. What do I want from this? And that is why it's important. Once you learn to prioritize yourself, you are genuinely going to lead a happier life. You're going to discover parts of yourself that you didn't even know exist. Taking the time to learn about yourself, to love yourself. And remember, the love is unconditional. It's not like, oh my god, I love myself so much, yeah, it's all about me. It's the unconditional love, accepting yourself. Even when you make mistakes, accept yourself, accept your past, accept your current situation now, even if it's not the situation that you ideally want to be in. Accept yourself. When we love people, we tend to unconditionally love them. So it doesn't matter what job they have, how they look. If you love that person, you genuinely love that person, you would do it regardless of, if they, didn't stick to their diet. That hit a nerve for me. So how many times do we beat ourselves up if we're not sticking to our diet, if we're not sticking to how much water we should be drinking in a day? I need to drink the water straight after this video. That in itself is accepting yourself for who you are, loving yourself, and naturally, when you get out of the cycle of the negative self-talk, you will live a more happier life. That is what we want. You deserve happiness. You are enough. You are so special. You deserve to love yourself unconditionally. This is what we're talking about. Whenever I talk about self-love, it's unconditional. It's not conditional on how you look like in an outfit. It's not conditional on how much money you make. You will naturally move away from what everyone around you expects you to be and the expectation, and you will live your life more based on what you want, which is so powerful. How many of us can truly say that everything we do in life is 100% because we want to do it? Could be wanting to lose weight because you have that pressure of looking a certain way, having a certain figure, wearing certain clothes. Do you want to lose weight? Personally, are you happy in your skin? Your goals will navigate around less shallow reasons and a deeper why. I'll give you an example for myself. My weight has constantly fluctuated. My college days, I was skinny.com. In my 20s, got a lot fluffier, then lost the weight, put the weight back on. And a lot of those times, the reason why I wanted to lose weight is to lose weight, as we do. Natural. A lot of people will lose weight because they want to lose weight. Point blank. Period. Why that is not a sustainable goal is because you'll lose the weight. You'll do everything you have to do to lose the weight. You will drink the amount of recommended water. You'll exercise. You'll do this. You do that. And then when the weight comes off, you're like, oh, made it. And then you'll go back to what you was doing before. Whereas if your goal is to lead a healthy lifestyle, want to do it the healthy way and want to have a sustainable goal, yes, it is harder mentally. It is harder for me to have the mindset of, I need to do my steps every day consistently. I need to drink my water consistently. This is a lifestyle. It's not until I get to a certain goal. I want to feel healthier. I want to feel fitter. Those goals, because I'm practicing more self-love, it's less about the aesthetic, it's more about actually happy within myself. I accept myself, but I'm gonna move forward and make healthier changes. As a byproduct, I'm gonna be losing weight because I'm gonna be naturally having less sugar, less junk food, drink more water, double think, okay, do I need those calories in that form, or am I just craving that and actually I can have it in that form? Not to say that I'm not ordering McDonald's breakfast. Yeah, that's not to say that. But then also, you are ordering that, it's not like beating yourself, oh my gosh, how could you, da, 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 da. And that's what happens when you're on a diet. Whereas if you're thinking, okay, well, this is what I'm having, so for lunch I'm going to have a healthier lunch, or because that's X amount of calories or whatever, however you're doing this in the most healthiest way, and also seeking professional advice as well on that. The goal, it is harder to get around mindset wise, but I feel like I'm better for it, and I have to constantly remind myself when I'm doing my steps. So used to doing weight loss as such a like quick fix, and because I know it's a quick fix, sometimes I do leave it too late, and now I'm doing it the long way. I'm building habits that now are part of my DNA, that every day I do my walk, every day I think, okay, what am I eating specifically? Really change my mindset on that. And the reason is because I've worked on myself and continuously working on myself with self-love. I'm not using negative self-talk. I'm like, oh my gosh, you have to lose weight so quickly now, summer, for an occasion, which is how a lot of people do it. And yes, that is motivating. I'm actually more motivated from a smaller short-term target than actually I want to lead a healthier lifestyle. It is a mindset shift, but it hasn't happened overnight. I'm my age now and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it finally the healthy way. Surprise, surprise, eat healthy food and exercise. Woo! Oh my gosh, so revolutionary. To lose weight, you need to exercise and eat healthy. Oh my gosh, you heard it here first. Working towards a better version of myself. I personally want to do it because of leading a healthier lifestyle and also feeling a lot better when I am slimmer. And yes, wearing outfits that I don't think I can wear now, but not doing it in a self-sabotagey, self-criticism way where I used to before. I'm like, ugh, I can't wear this, can't wear that. But more like, okay, well, once I get there, and I will, then I can start wearing that and start incorporating. But already I'm more confident and I'm accepting myself. That is way more important than anything that says on the scale. This reason, I would say, is probably one of the top reasons as to why self-love is so important is, wait for it, drum roll, get Rosieana involved. Oh, she wants to know too. Is that you don't wait to achieve your goal to feel happy then. Drop. You don't wait until, again, if we relate it to weight loss, I'm not waiting to get to a certain size to be happy. No. That is way too long. And also, what that does and what that previously did for me is that I would get to my goal weight into a size where I thought was acceptable for me, and I thought I was extra confident because I had to be that size. What happened was, so you're miserable up until that point. You get there and then you're like, oh, is that it? Is that exactly? Why did you wait that whole time? Yes, you get very, when I'm a certain size, I might get, I do get extra confident, but at the same time, I base my happiness around that. So self-love is so important because you're not waiting to achieve your goal to be happy. You're being happy now, and you being happy now is the most important thing ever, because you deserve happiness, and all we have is now. So if you're waiting for X amount, sorry to break it to you, but what if you actually, have you ever thought, what if it could take more than a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 10 years? What if you have a goal right now and it's going to take you 10 years? So are you telling me in those 10 years, because you're negatively self-talking, saying, oh, you're nothing without this goal, you're going to wait until then to be happy? No, that is not what we're going to be doing. You need to feel happy now and accept yourself and love yourself. It is so important. The happier you is the better you. Live life a lot better if you're happy now, and don't base your happiness on things obtained. Happiness is within, and it's also a major part of that is the self-love factor. The more you love yourself, the more unconditional, think about it, kinder to yourself. This is the type of language I want to say to you and help you change your terminology. And I can do other videos on how to change your goals around and be kinder to yourself with positive self-talk. So say for example you want to lose weight, this is what I say to myself. I love you, I accept you fully, and you are absolutely amazing the size that you are now. I'm so proud of you that you're keeping to your healthy lifestyle goals, and as a result of that, you're gonna get to the goal weight that you've always imagined, and more importantly, you feel happy in your skin now. So you're not waiting to feel happy then, you feel happy now and you accept yourself, but you also appreciate that current weight that you are now is also a byproduct of bad habits, eating in excess, eating late, lifestyle, maybe also not taking care of yourself as much as you take care of yourself now. So you will get there. Stay patient and just remember, your health is number one, and the byproduct is you releasing this weight that you've held on to because of a result of the decisions you made in the past. Now, it's taken me so long to talk to myself like that. I don't want you to think this is like an overnight thing, but reach out to me if you want me to help you say your goals based on in a more loving way and in a way that you'll feel so inspired to go for them, but to feel happy now. And remember, self-love is the most important love. I agree. Rosieana agrees. If this video resonated with you, please click that like button like you never clicked that like button before. Click subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and also, why haven't you subscribed, honey? You need to subscribe, darling. We need to subscribe. Support your sis. Final note, I want to say that the journey to self-love and the importance of it is something that you're going to be forever working on it. The more you love yourself unconditionally, the more you discover yourself, the more you realize that actually things that even maybe you did every day based on maybe habits that were people around you, family, culture, etc. And then the more you become you, that is the goal. You want to become more you. You want to love yourself more. You want to be happy. You want to be confident. You want to be happy in your own skin. You want to accept yourself. And that is what I wish for you. That is what I wish for me. And for myself, that is something that I'm forever going to be working on. You move, you grow, you evolve. You realize there's more things. And also you realize there's extra work for you to do. But remember this, the best investment you can ever make is in yourself. That has a knock-on effect on every single thing that you want to achieve in your life. It is the best investment. You will never look back on working on yourself, on loving yourself, and think, what a waste of time. Never. And if you do, I don't know what to say. I love you, bye.